trying to step back and see the view from above, 'cause I know that nothing lasts forever. And I try to crack this iceberg open till it shatters through the ocean. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. Gonna move the ocean current till the winds flood what's been burning. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. 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 Shockwaves with you.
What's going on, guys? Welcome. Let's check, make sure everything's okay. It's right. So, bud. Hey, buddy.
It's starting soon.
Yeah, I was error. What?
It's starting soon.
It started already, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Come, this was not picked, and that got picked. Okay. Chat got disconnected. Very delayed. Yeah, no worries, OSS. I'm just trying to get things sorted here. Stream's a bit delayed, I think. But yeah, it should be good. Okay, looks good to me. Let's post the links. Post them links. I think that should be fine. Okay. Things pick up at 11. Right, so just quiet for the reason that I am actually starting to get the watch list ready. Just looking at polishing the yesterday's watch list. See if we can keep something. Wow, Roblox. Scapping down to 33. Pretty much the gap fill. So yeah. Yesterday, yeah, this level was really strong. It held up and then carried on drifting. And it's actually filling the gap right about now. I think that's done. This had earnings, I believe, a few days ago. That's done now. Okay, CVNA, I kept it. This is also part of the meme stocks, I think. They were bouncing, as you can see. AMC was bouncing, and then we had that red day yesterday on AMC as well as on this one. So, you know, the volume is basically going, it's not too bad. It's over 20 million, which is not too bad. Yesterday, this level for daily, this is a zone from the daily. As you can see, it tries to take that out quite a few times, quite a few days actually. This day, that day, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, it couldn't. So finally it gives up. This area here rejects badly, strongly. And it just carries on from there onwards. Yeah. So that's if we look at the 5 minutes, that's going to be a little bit clearer. We can see more days, as you can see. Just goes up to that level, on and off of it, on and off of it, comes back under, rejects from it so many times, and then finally it is it's a red day, strong red day actually, as in if you want to call it strong red day or strong weekday. Basically rejection from 8.25s all the way to 7s. That's big in percentage. When it comes to percentage, it's big. So I'm gonna keep this. The volume is still there. We could be getting, this could be the bounce and this could be the pullback. So we might be due, we might be actually in the pullback stage on this stock, and also the other one, the AMC. But I think because of the rejection from yesterday was quite strong and ended up closing very strong, very weak. So the follow through to the downside might be there. Plus we have quite a bit of room until 6 at least to move. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this. QS, yesterday I was watching this for a possible short. I just missed a big move on this one. I had some opportunities here on QS, and even right there were setups for me to take. I just didn't take it. I was busy trying to trade the large caps, which was a mess in the beginning to trade. So now I think we might not get much of an opportunity on this one, although it's showing weakness, gapping down. So follow through from this day might be there, but I don't expect it as much as yesterday that it did this move. I was kind of expecting this move to happen yesterday, 8 all the way to 7.3. Good percentage move. So I'm gonna remove that. Let's see. OSH, I was watching this, but I didn't trade it. It wasn't really looking good at the open. Volume was low, so I just gave up on it. Let's remove that. Today we've got a gapper, that's STBX. I've kept. I'll check the gappers in a minute, but this is the gapper that just I saw earlier, 3.6. So it's gapping up from 3s all the way to 3.6. It's a good area, good level that is gapped up from an area that it's leaving behind. 3 seems to be very a strong level for these kind of stocks. Pretty much a deciding level. If it's anything under 3, a lot of people don't look at it, and a lot of people try to not trade it. If it starts to go beyond that 3 and leave the $3 mark behind, that sometimes could be a good thing. But we'll come back to why it's gapping up in a minute. CVNA I kept already, so I'm just gonna keep that. Okay, now let's just work through our watch list for the day. No. Okay. NRGV, let's have a look at that. Yesterday it did some decent move. NRGV, it is showing up on my momentum scan, so yeah, it did quite a decent move. What's the volume? It's over 23 million volume, and yeah, it seems like an alright stock to keep for until 5.5, although it doesn't look, it is still strong. It ended up green, quite a bit of green actually, relative to previous price action on daily. The rejection from 550, however, was quite strong and ended up closing in the mid section of that whole move from 4 to 550s, just closed around 5s, 4s, 480s. So yeah, it's kind of iffy. You just cannot say that this is strong I would have really liked to be closing over 5s for me to actually take a continuation trade, at least like a second day continuation to 6s. It's kind of difficult. Maybe even get a chance for possible shorting opportunities, but the chance might be there, so that's why I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Not the greatest of stocks to watch, but I will keep it anyways. CYAD, volume is so low and the price is also low, but this day it brought in quite a lot of volume. This day not so much, so volume is dying down. Is it gonna stand? Is it gonna hold this price of this whole gain? If the volume starts to decrease completely, I think this might not. It depends. I mean, as long as, you know, original, let's say for example, if something fundamental changed on this CYAD and we've got a huge gap and a good gap, not huge, a good gap, and then the first day's run, green day, and then second day also runs and ends up green, quite a bit of range. We're talking for a $2 stock, it actually went from, well, the range was 189 all the way to 306, huge. So definitely range is there, volume is decreasing. We could see some pause here before it goes if the fundamentals have changed in a good way for the company. If not, if it's one of those just pump stocks, then we could be seeing this drifting off because the volume is just completely so there's original sort of people who are buying here, who bought here, if they haven't really taken profit and if they start to unload, especially if it's a pump stock, which let's have a look actually. It's about 22 shares. So float, let's look at the float on this bad boy. I'm gonna check the float on this and we'll find out. So about 22 million is showing 16, about average 20 million. So it's a low float stock. So it could be easily pumped. Outstanding shares are about 22 million. Float is very close to that. So yeah, it could be easily pumped. So I'm thinking this might have a potential fade off today. I'm not gonna keep it with me on the watch list because it's sub $250 stock, very close to $2. I don't trade anything under $2. If it starts to rip towards the 3, which I might actually create an alert for, and then I might keep an eye on this. Alright, that's pretty much it with that. Let's go have a look at the up 3%. HKD is back in play, is it? I don't think so. mRNA yesterday gap filled anyways. HKD, let's have a look. This was running last week or so. Quite a bit actually this day. Here as you can see. And then after that, just pure drift off and gap fills, almost gap fills, and then trying to bounce again basically. Since it's done, I mean, there was something why it was moving. It usually does that, as you can see, very typical of HKD. It does a huge move, and then the second day is the red day, and then continues to fade off. So I don't know about this, man. Like, it's just this could be just a little dead cat bounce, which is not very reliable. mRNA we had, we basically, it's just, yeah, it's gapped up quite a bit yesterday and moves up quite, like we're talking from the low of 198.24 all the way to 207 it moves to after the gap of $15 or so. So it gaps up from 190.50, 190.70 all the way to 200s, and then from 200 from 200 it just goes down a little bit, but then carries on to make new highs of up to 207.50 once is the highs we've seen on it, and then complete rejection complete rejection. Now this might be due to obviously SPY doing this, SPY doing that, and I could totally understand why everything big is gonna follow suit with this. So I am gonna say this, I was wrong about SPY breaking that 400, and it's nowhere near ready to break that 400 mark. And this one clearly shows this. Why do I say that? Well, every time it goes up to this trend line, it has a big, massive reaction, especially recently when it's been going up to this. It had big reaction. And then this here as well, big reaction. This one was quite clear. It breaks that 400. This one was kind of very tricky because it breaks that trend line as well. But that 410 held and then ended up very, very weak. And then it continues to show weakness. Now, this trend line rejection and also 400 all together is making it a very solid area for it to not be able to go further beyond this area. We've been watching this for the last, if you were in the stream, 2 days. Last 2 days it's been rejecting from that same area, as you can see right there. So rejection, massive rejection comes in first day, that's your clue. And then huge rejection comes in yesterday, takes out the low zone that we had, 398s, and then just never looks back. Huge move from 400s all the way to 391s. Massive move compared to the recent. So now I'm gonna keep obviously keep an eye on large caps as well, because already, as you can see, gaps down, a huge weakness. Not looking good for SPY at all. We're trading at 388s, which is right here basically. So we're gapping down. Now initially we might actually pull up or retrace back towards the gap fill, so we might see some sort of a positive price action on it. 391s, 391 is around that area, is the gap fill area. So we might see that gap fill attempt at least. And then if it starts to fail, then we can benefit from that. So this goes through for all the other major caps, large caps, like we've got our Amazons. As you can see, very typical of the large caps following suit with the SPY, right? Very similar price action, as you can see. Apple, very similar price action, right? Look at that. And also look at Apple's trend line as well. Similar, very similar to SPY. Touches it and then rejects from it completely. Nvidia was not as bad as the others. So Nvidia is relatively strong when it comes to overall price action for sure. And AMD same, I believe. Yeah, AMD is not too shabby either, but Nvidia seems to be much stronger than AMD. Usually they go in tandem. The rest, as you can see, very similar to SPY. So we're going to keep an eye on SPY if we're going to be trading large caps. We'll mark up some levels on that in a minute. So hold on a sec. I am not watching I'm not keeping an eye on the chat at the moment, guys. Bear with me on that. I'm just preparing the rest of the watch list. See if I see anything different to what I've got already. NRGV we already have. And we've got last list, BBPY, AMC, we already, BBPY, AMC. I'm gonna put the AMC back, Mara, okay. So basically, Mara is a Bitcoin related crypto stock, right? So Bitcoin recently had some bad news, I think. One of the Bitcoin companies are filing for bankruptcy of some sort, so any bad news is not really doing well, doing justice or good justice for Bitcoin. Let me just check if where's my, oh, here we go, Bitcoins. What is Bitcoin done? Let's check that. Daily. So basically recently How do I get rid of this thing? Other indicators. Okay, here we go. Right. Bitcoin basically bouncing off on daily. It's actually had a nice little red, but that should, to be honest, that's not much. But we might see some follow through coming into it because it is actually on that very strong daily level, the Bitcoin. So it's rejected from 21,600s. That level could be a strong one, although it's actually barely broke. The level was about 21,500. Anyways, so it's rejected from that. We might see some continuation. So Mara might be an idea to watch with Bitcoin. So I'll keep that Mara as well. Mara, Riot, they're all pretty much same. Mara, I choose to trade Mara because it's much more stable, I think. Also Riot, as you can see, very similar, right? Similar idea to our Mara. Yeah, there you go. So we've got 50 million, and then Riot should be about 20 million. So yeah, Mara is better. Okay. Yes. So CBNA we kept. AFRM, don't want to trade that. Space just completely gives up with the volume of 18. So volumes are gone, done. So for the red days, we've got AMC, we got Grab, Mara, RIG, Coin. Also Coin is going to be one of them. Yeah, I forgot to mention Coin, Mara, Riot. There's a lot of others as well, but the main ones are these. As you can see, nice little red day, and also it's gapping down. Now this is to do with SPY as well. You look at this price action, right? And look at the daily, look at this price action, and look at SPY. Okay, recently SPY did this bounce, and then that massive red day yesterday, as you can see, this one. This definitely affects cryptos as well. It has some effect, not a lot, but some effect. Pretty much everything is down. KSC, massive down day. Ooh, KSC. What happened to KSC? Kraft Heinz, massive down day. Volume is 20 million. This day pretty much took out 42. The last month's gain. Why did this go down that much? Trending higher. Data. Okay, US morning. Stock features edge higher as focus. I don't see anything. Any? Okay. Friday the 13th. What the hell? Also in the coverage of cryptos with equal weight rating. Announced price target of 43. I don't see anything. The big losers today are just plain weird. Yeah, I mean, it's plain weird. I mean, this one, for example, I mean, there's no news on it, and it just completely went crazy. I mean, yes, SPY went down a lot relative to its previous days, but this is just... Whew. We're talking from 42s all the way to, wow, that's a lot for a stock that barely moves, right? Where average ADR or ATR on this probably is about what, 50 cents, 50, 60 cents on it. And to see a day that does what, $3, huge. No, I'm not gonna keep this, guys. It's just too much of a big red day. So even if I wanted to find a continuation pattern on this for a second day, there's just not much it's gonna do after these kind of moves. Usually you will see maybe a bounce coming into this. Yeah, I'm just not anything that's not like really like I'm sure I would just not even touch it. Like, it's just not worth it. There's plenty of other choices. Plenty of other choices. Let's go AMC. Let's put that back. Okay, so let's look at our pre-market gappers. We got APGN that's gapping up for whatever reason. We'll find out. APGN gaps up. Nice gap. It's holding 249. Phase 2 data evaluate. Okay, phase 2. So I'm a bit skeptic on these phase 2s, guys. Phase 2s. These companies, they do tend to use these data to get their stock up and squeeze a lot of yeah, not too sure. We'll see anyways. So okay, 23. It is to do with the big C. So yeah, I think, you know, eventually this is gonna fade off. 250s, we might see 2s today, later, sooner than later. So that's my take on that. Although lately it's been actually moving. It's gone from 1s all the way up to 2, close to 3s actually recently, and now it's trying to. This might have a run, but I'm thinking of shorting this later if it does actually show weakness. So I'll keep an eye on it, APGN, since we don't have massive gappers today. But I see fading on this one. I see fading coming in. News is a funny one. It's already not looking good. STBX I already have. HUDI. HUDI is already done, as you can see. It gaps up huge and carries on to 8.37 from 5.6, massive, and then now it's already given up. Yeah, not much to be honest. Let's look at the gap downs. ARDX. Bear with me, guys, just looking at this. So ARDX is gapping down. Nice, looks really nice for a short here. ARDX. Yeah, no, just yeah, it's too much of a gap down for me to do anything, and price is also very low. Under $3, it's not worth it. That's the watch list. Let is share this with the stream, with the Discord. Trade watch list. Okay, here we go. Watch list. Alright, watch list posted, guys. Let's do this. If anything I'm missing, let me know, please. Let's check our peeps, what's happening. Alright guys, sorry I missed quite a bit of chat here. So first of all, welcome to the stream. Partiv or someone called Partiv. Sorry, I missed it. I did cover SPY. If you're not there, then I can cover it again if you're still here. So thoughts on SPY? Yeah, I'm gonna go through that again in a minute. HKD has an interesting tenet of the 15 minutes. HKD. Yeah, I did look at the HKD. It was just yeah, 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. Yeah, it's just nah. Daily is bad. You see this daily? It's a repetition. Look at what happens on the daily. Yeah, it's just goes massive, and the next day red continues to fade off. Same thing happened recently. Goes big, red continues to fade off, fills the gap. Yeah. So I mean, if it does pick up, starts to pick up, then yeah, we'll put it on our watch list, but not today. It's just not much of an edge there, to be honest. I see what you mean with the pennant thing. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Snicker? How's it going, buddy? You're here? Welcome, buddy. AMD looking good again. I love this chart pattern. Okay. AMD, let's have a look at your AMD. AMD is very same analysis as a SPY. So if you were here, I was thinking about I did mention about SPY being very weak. We might have a continuation to the downside. We might see decent red days and coming next few days, to be honest. It's not looking good for SPY at all. So that's my brief take on that. So AMD was going to be pretty similar. So ideally what I want to do, I want to see is any of these big names. They are gapping down, as you can see. So this is the yesterday's close right there. That little green line is yesterday's close, 70.50 on AMD. I want this to be reaching towards gap fill, so attempting to gap fill maybe 70s and 70.50s. It starts to fade off from there. Then that's when you can benefit from it, because your potential for a big reward will be higher if it does go up. Now, if you were to take anything, if it starts to fade off, let's say after the open it starts to fade off, there's not much of a big reward, a big risk to reward, or small risk to big reward kind of thing, because it's already faded off, it's already gapped down big. Usually we do get to a bit of a bounce after a big gap down. So hopefully it's going to start to bounce towards the gap fill. All of those, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, all of these, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Just waking up. Just waking up. It seems like you just wake up and fire up the PC and start looking at your levels. That's the start. SPY going under 395. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna. It's already down under 390s. In fact, you're talking about 385 maybe. Yeah, as Oasis was saying, it's under 3. Yeah. Just woke up. Okay, so you were not awake. You were not awake, buddy. Yeah, it's too under 95. Too much under 395. I wish it was close to 395. That would have been really nice. But yesterday it actually took out 395 with ease. Oh, thanks, Snicker. Thanks for the reminder to like. Yeah, it's very probable that price might be bullish today. Yeah, but we'll see what it does, you know. Let's keep it very, not very strongly biased. I am a slightly short biased, yes, on the big names. Hence this is looking like this. But we can't rule the fact that we might see a gap fill coming up. We also need to be aware that gap fill usually happens on these kind of days, or attempt to gap fill. And also we could see a gap fill and then continuation as well. So we have to have those scenarios played out. So what if, you know, if you have your levels here on the gap fill, for example, right? What if it doesn't reject from it? What if it continues to take out that level? we have to have scenario played out in our minds or written out. So right now 389, this level here is which I don't think is gonna hold, but I'm just gonna keep it anyways around the VWAP. This area is our zone or level to keep an eye on. Pretty much it. That's what I see. 390 is also a good level. 390 level was, yeah, 390 is a good level. If it gaps to 390, or if it reclaims the 390 and stays over that, chances of gap will be quite high, because it'll be gapping to those EMAs, plus the daily levels there are quite strong as well. There's some decent levels there, yeah. All right, so let's go into SPYs. I did talk about SPY earlier, guys, so if you want you can go back to the start of the stream. I did mention in detail what I was looking for it, and also the levels that it rejected from, which was 400 was crucial, and just never looked back. Overall, generally speaking, it's very weak. As you can see, it's actually still under that trend line, and is still under basically considered as a downtrend, although I really don't call it downtrend anymore because of the fact that this price action is nowhere near trending price action, right? It's just we are in a phase of congestion, well, massive range, I would say. No trending price action on daily, on bigger picture. So yeah, definitely weak. If you want to ask me in few words, explain SPY, what is it's definitely weak and might stay weak for a few days coming, especially the way it ended up yesterday. That's what I think. So what is the plan? Well, looking for opportunities on the bigger caps, larger caps, like let's say our Amazon, Apple's, Nvidia. Nvidia surprisingly is strong, so I'm gonna avoid taking shorts on Nvidia. Maybe something else, right? There are a lot of other opportunities on the other big names. Let's have a look at Meta. Meta has been really bouncing nicely as well lately. Where is Meta? Yeah, so very similar to SPY's price action, and daily is, yeah. Wow, Netflix is very, very strong compared to SPY. Relatively very strong. Look at the daily level, daily price action on Netflix. Not this one. This one was really bad, but recent price action is actually trending higher on Netflix. We are actually seeing a nice momentum to the upside on daily on Netflix. So if SPY starts to bounce and starts to take away 400s, like in the next, let's say, coming few weeks or so, then these kind of stocks will do very well. And I was looking at, I might have swung this one as well. I was mentioning for 230s. I remember 230s on Netflix for a swing, which was these days, I believe. I think it was these days. I think I might have taken it for a few days of swing as well. I was mentioning it quite a few days here, and it really went after that. Never looked back to 230. Yeah, gaps up. Yeah, really nice move. So quite strong, Netflix. Let's have a look at the others. Also, Nvidia is also one of the stronger ones among them. So I probably wouldn't be shorting that. Okay, cool. Lovely. So that's how we're going to be looking at things, especially from a larger cap perspective. We're going to be relying on SPY to do something for us. In my analysis, I'm thinking we might see a SPY bounce coming in towards the gap fill. It might reclaim the VWAP and it starts to reclaim 389 level, which is not very strong. Hence, grayed out zone. It takes that out and then maybe continues to try to attempt to gap fill. That's my analysis. And then after that, we will sit and wait for the right opportunity to possibly short it for a continuation to the downside. Yes, sir. That's the idea. All right, anything I'm missing, guys? Any gappers you think I'm missing here? So this is 5 minutes already, looking like it wants to attempt to take this area here. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. Here's the thing, having a bias is really good, especially if something is kind of clear, and also it makes you sit on your hands easier. Right? It makes you a bit more disciplined. Let's say even if you don't have the right reasons why you don't want to buy calls today, even if you have, let's say, just a guess. You just go into this to the market and say, I'm only gonna buy stocks or I'm only gonna sell stocks today. Having that mentality will, help you sit on your hands if there is, setups occurring on the opposite side of your bias. So yeah, it does help, but on the other hand, a few things can happen. You could be missing on some decent moves to the other side, or you could be very strongly biased on that put thing. Let's say in this case, market being weak, then you might be seeing things that's not there as well. So you have to be have a bias. Yes, you are only going to be trading one side only, which is great place to be, but also expect market to be basically react to the market, not be passive. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Like, having a bias makes us a little bit passive, right? We will start to think what the market's going to do. No, don't think, only react. Okay, what it's gonna do is gonna do, but what it's doing right now is what matters, right? Obviously, we are keeping our mind open. We are actually analyzing the market through the bigger picture, the daily, the bigger time frames. But right now, what it's doing is what is more important. So this is what I meant by, it's going to reclaim the VWAP. It's attempting to reclaim. It's already almost done it. This level is rejecting from, as you can see. It's not the greatest level, but sometimes these levels can even hold these markets because it's already very weak, right? So as you can see, it's still struggling from there, which I thought it wasn't going to be much of a problem, but it kind of is. So, but yeah, if it starts to take that 389s, from 389s all the way to 391s, quite a bit of room to fill. the gap. So is it gonna attempt to gap fill? It might. And if it's gonna do that, then we might see some initial push to the upside in the larger caps. And now, the other scenario would be that this 389 never gets taken out today, especially at the pre-market, right? And it starts to, then it's going to be even worse for SPY, because that gap and go is going to create a bit more panic. So that means puts are going to be flying through the roof. Okay, so this is the one I meant, you know, we might see the fade off coming in. It's already looking like it's going to fade off now. And in fact, there might have been short here under the 250, and then that's it. You know, I think this is going to take out the low and then slowly fade off for the day. It might do it faster than the whole day. It might not require it to do it for the whole day. As you can see, it's already showing weakness. STBX somehow. So basically post-market or pre-market 435. Yeah, that's post-market, this pre-market. Yeah, so still holding up there. Sales are so basically earnings gapper, so this is not too bad. Let's have a look. This is not too bad. This is one of the earnings gapper oasis, so we might want to keep an eye on that. This one, STBX. STBX. Let me put it on my earnings one. Because earnings season is gonna start soon. Right, guys, I am going to be back in about, what, 10 minutes? It's already 9 a.m., so in 10 minutes, guys. I'm going to quickly grab myself some snack. I don't want to eat it here because that's not very professional, unless it's nuts. So I'm going to be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, guys. I'm trying to make it quick. Be back in 10 minutes. Alright, see you guys. We are back. Oh, what's going on? Okay. Let's see. Where to go? Again, then we have Kimastan. Orange FE. We have that. APGN. STPX is already gone. CNC. CNC. CNC is gapping up. Yeah, it's acquisition. HUDI, I checked HUDI. HUDI. I think I checked HUDI. Yeah, it's done. It's finished. Finished. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla, same thing. Gapping down above the VWAP, similar to SPY, I believe, that we were talking about earlier. SPY is fading off of that level that we discussed earlier. So it actually broke it. Fake breaks out and then comes back under that level. Yeah, so it's going to be weak. Market looks like it wants to continue to stay weak. Policy needs to be. Okay. Well. All right. Yeah. 10 tags. All right, let's just remove that. Stock market live. Day trade. Stock live trading. Let you guys know your stream was previously recorded. Maybe trading went live. Some bonds category. Okay. STBX STBX, I might start here for a long on STBX 375s. Just volume is a little bit dying though. Just not much of a volume coming in, but that's pre-market for you. And I'm starting this as in hoping that it might have bigger run. The gap is because of earnings release, I believe. So I'm gonna start early, 15 minutes to go for the open, so I can actually handle the early price discovery whipsaws or chop, whatever you want to call it. I'm waiting for it to take out the high 389.50, so SPY. So I'm looking to long this. 15 minutes to go for the open. 3.7 that's trading at now. 3.72 is the ask. Not much of a volume. Okay. Okay. All right. YouTube streams. 8. Okay, here we go. Okay. STBX. 372. The break point. This is where it's gonna. Yeah. Okay. So SPY is basically in a chop between I would say 389.25s now, and then a low 387.80s. So at this point, it seems like it's created that little recent higher low, and yeah, if this takes out that, then that would probably be the start of a intraday trend up. But that, remember, the big trend is, and the force is to the downside, the main force. So. MARA, AMC, we could have something there. CVNA could also be there, yeah. So AMC, CVNA. AMC, CVNA. Yeah. So final results for this drug for Alzheimer's. So see positive trial for so phase 3 final results from Alzheimer's biomarker study. I don't know, man. What is the results though? Said it was positive final result from a biomarker study conducted to evaluate the potential of neurosenses combination platform therapy of the treatment of Alzheimer's disease. A novel biomarker was elevated for Alzheimer's disease patients compared with a healthy controlled group. It's not very clear to me. Just don't believe in that gap, honestly. It's just not very clear. All these biotech phase 2, 3 trials, most of them fail. Let's have a look at PBLA. PBLA is gapping up. It did a reverse split recently and is making its way. So this might have moved on it to announces adoption of CEI Commission from EMA for the open. Dude, I've got no clue what this means, guys. Anybody knows what this means? I am reading it and I'm like, what? No, I don't know. I wish I knew. And I'm not going to try and sort of decipher it. I'm just going to look at the price action and I'll take it from there. Price action is everything. This can lie, but the price won't. So it is gapped up for some reason. That's what we can say. It's gapped up for some reason. It's been running. Yesterday it did some decent run actually. Look at that, from 3s all the way to 4.4s and then back down. Usually it's reverse split. Stocks will do that in the next, like the same day it's the reverse splits, doesn't do much, but then after like 2-3 days or a week later it starts to pick up. For some reason it is targeted by, I don't know who, but they tend to pick these up and then just pure benefit from these, sort of push up and then just dump, like pump and dump. I think it's very easy to control, and not control, but like easy to do the whole pump and dump thing on these reverse split. They don't do it usually on the first day because that's the day it could be dangerous. It's a bit of an indecision. But then coming days, 2-3 days later, you will see this quite often on these kind of stocks, PBLA. So PBLA could potentially have that, pump / squeeze if it gets a lot of short sellers in trouble, especially if it starts to break, let's say 450s, this area here, it could get a lot of short sellers in trouble, which in turn gonna get squeezed. Yeah. You ready? Let's go, baby. Yeah, reverse psychology. Trick your mind. Yeah, those are the stocks from my scanners. And also that's a gapper, basically. I just noticed that it was gapping up. Yes, but as I mentioned, it's just going to play around a bit. I think this is the reversal point, and it's going to try to attempt the fill gap. Why does it do that? Well, even if weak markets, why does it do that? Well, it's trying to sort of fill up orders. You know, gap is not good for the market, right? It's leaving a lot of orders behind. So what the price does is, what the stock does is, it try to sort of reach out for those. Let's say, for example, overnight somebody wanted to get in at 90, 390.50, 390.50. All these orders, they have to be filled, right? So what price is trying to do is trying to sort of go towards those orders, and then once it takes those orders out, then the real move happens. That's when you see gap fill happen on, especially on the SPY. So most of the time gap fill happens unless it's a very, very panicky move. Like this day on SPY was I think it was to do with CPI release or something like that, something economical, right? And it just similar to yesterday, it actually closed very, very, very weak, basically, very big red. And then next day it continued the red, and then third day it actually gaps down. Doesn't even attempt to fill the gap and carries down. Fourth day gaps down, doesn't even attempt. So gap fill did not happen on those days because pure panic on those days, because fundamentals were quite against SPY. Yeah, there's always there is definitely someone speaking today, so bear in mind. I know, definitely. I think that it's over anyways. The speaker already had spoken, I believe. And SPY is bouncing now, taking it nice and positive for it. Oh, FOMC member speaks today. But that's later on, though. That's later on. So today is not huge news. Best of luck, guys. Everybody, take it easy. Just make sure if you're trading large caps, wait for the SPY to do some decent confirmation of the trend, and then maybe look into trading. But just expect that SPY is going to be quite choppy initially. Usually it is. But if it starts to run towards that gap fill, it might trend a bit. It might trend a bit, but that's it. So there you go. SPY is to the tick, to the point of our analysis, which is basically trending higher initially to trying to fill the gap. So yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Wow, okay. Okay, so I'm watching also the gappers, not much. I'm also watching Star STBX. It's the volume as well as it's not that great on it. I know it's an earnings gapper. Believe it or not, I have been having like last 2 days. This week whole, I haven't had green day. 2 days, although it's only 2 days, yes, but yeah, all those 2 days were red for me. Not big red, but small reds. There it goes, STBX 382s, 380s. I'm gonna show you STBX. I already mentioned this before as well, guys. STBX. No, 380s, guys. I'm in 380s. It's still early. I have a big room for this, so it could chop around definitely. I don't usually take these right at the open. I don't. I wait 5 minutes, but sometimes they will move and they will never look back. So it's just a starter. I'm starting, remember, and my go-to exit point is after it breaks that 350, this area, then I'll be out and retry if it reclaims it. But it's just like 25% of the position. As you can see, this is what I was expecting from it. Yeah, this is definitely what I was expecting from it. So that's all part of the plan. If it does break under it, I probably wouldn't lose much anyways, even if I were to lose on it. But if it doesn't reclaim soon as well, I can exit and then rejoin if it starts to play around later. So we might have to be patient with this. STBX in break of 350 will be the stop. Okay, what else? Yeah, as I mentioned right here, it's looking like all-day fader. There we go, all-day fades. There we are. That's all-day fader. It's already almost gap filled. So that's done. PBLA. Yeah, it's also recent. It's gonna gap fill. Yeah, there it goes. Not much happening. Let's watch SPY. SPY is more interesting than others lately. So might as well watch that, right? There it goes, SPY. Trying to attempt to gap fill. Yeah, always is just chilling. Me too. Me too. I'm gonna be chilling as well. BBBY is 4 is a good level. 4 is a decent level. 382. This could have a potentially good day today. Yeah, the volume is a. Yeah, it's not too bad. Is it? What happened to this? Oh, okay. My data went a bit crazy. Anywho. So I'm watching PBBY for possible shorts. MARA. So Bitcoin is really, yeah, it's also SPY as well. SPY is bouncing, so this is following through with SPY. But I feel like Bitcoin, we might see some really weakness on that. On Bitcoin or crypto-related stocks. Meta went up. Well, Meta. We got our APGN. Oh, dude, my TOS is stuck. Hey, damn it. It's stuck. Oh. What's happening here? Let's watch SPY. Forget about the rest. Oh, there it goes. Our STBX doesn't wanna continue, so it's under 350. I might get out of that. Yeah, it's just choppy. Yeah, 350. Trading at 350 now. Anytime. And SPY basically is just pulled back to the VWAP and it's continued to bounce. Looking like it wants to continue to bounce, but it's going to be choppy as usual. So we'll have to be patient with it, guys. Just take it easy. It's not Wi-Fi. No, I don't rely on Wi-Fi to be streaming and trading. No, unless I really am helpless, I don't do that. But it's definitely Ethernet, but sometimes it could be to do with the software itself. I'm running a lot of things on the PC, although PC I've just upgraded it to as much as I can. CVNA and BBBY just chopping, a lot of chop. I don't see any clarity at this point. Tesla, however, is relatively strong. As you can see, Tesla just carries on, chugging along. Breaks that. Yeah, this one definitely is stronger than the market. Alright guys, I might have to restart TOS. My connection is okay. I mean, I'm not dropping any frames. It's just boring today, okay? Yeah, it might get exciting in a while. So you have to be patient. Just hold on. Also, the more it, remember, the more it goes to gap fill, towards 390s or 391s. Now 390 rejection came in. Let's see what it does around here. That's also a recent intraday level that we need to keep an eye on. Is it gonna break it? It might break it, it might not, but we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, and then next bigger level is 391 for sure. From there, point of action area, I think that area might be a point of action. So we'll find out. We shall find out. STBX still playing around. It did go under 350. It never closed under 350, which is still making me stay in it, but I really want to get out of it. It's not doing much. Really not doing much. Why don't we all go back to bed? I know it's early for me, but I could do an early bed. Yeah, I could do with some rest. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite strong. It breaks that previous level, intraday level, no problems, carries on. So whoever is speaking or whatever he said or they said seems to be working for it. But there goes the fake breakout. Typical. This is what I meant by, like, SPY has to, or the market has to fill orders, right? So if SPY pushes, let's say, to the gap fill, there's a lot of orders there. So it's in their benefit to push gap fill instead of a gap and go. That's why you will see mostly gap fill strategies work rather than gap and go strategies working. Yeah. There were times I used to trade Mara a lot, MARA, Riot, Mara, both of them I would trade every single day, almost. The reason was, at that point, Bitcoin was moving big time, every day, huge range. So I would watch Bitcoin as the main catalyst, or the leader, I would say. It wasn't leading, it was just for reference purposes only. Like, I would watch SPY. For big caps. SPY is at that 390.30 level, which is big as well for SPY. So I would, I would trade that a lot. I miss those days. Hopefully it's gonna come back. MARA. So we on SPY are seeing a breakout happening, nice and successful. Okay, so fake out wasn't there. A lot of orders coming in. Yeah. Look at the volume. Look at the volume. Hoo-wee. Dude. There goes our STBX. STBX is picking itself up now. Okay, we are getting some volume coming in on STBX, not too shabby. It's getting shorted as well, but it looks good. Managed to stay alive on this one. I almost exited on this. Here's the thing on this candle. As it was happening, it looked like scary, to be honest. But you gotta. I mean, it's kind of dangerous to say that you gotta give it some room. I was planning for this kind of move to happen, anyways. So I was actually expecting that, anticipating that. So that's why I had this level. It needs to close below this for me to exit. So great for me. Tap on the back for staying in it. And if it does take out 385s, then I might add to it as well. There, 390, over 390, somewhere there. But still, it's still early to call. It's just going to chop around. We shall see if it starts to hold strong. Yeah, most of us feel the same way. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to hit 391. Doesn't have to. 390 rejection came in. Now, if we are starting to trade under VWAP, that could be a sign that we want to trend lower. It did attempt. Now, the attempt to gap fill was definitely there, so they must have definitely hit a lot of orders here. Here, there was a lot of volume coming in, as you can see. Look at the volume on these push to the upside. Now it's looking like it wants to continue down. So I'm thinking there might be weakness coming into the market now. But it might be a good idea to wait for this pullback. After this, what happens? That's the question. After this, what really happens? Does it reclaim the VWAP and starts trailing over? Or does it continue to go down? So far, it's weak. Look at this. An attempt to gap fill. Yes, it's attempted, but it never did. So as it stands on the daily, SPY doesn't look good. It is, however, on the daily bouncing off of that 50 EMA, which is in line with 200 EMA on 1 minute. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it's weak. Yeah, it's definitely weak. It looks heavy. The more when it goes down, just remember, when it goes down, it just goes much stronger. Much more conviction to it than when it goes up. You see this? The pullback wasn't even there, and now it's trying to take out the lows. Very weak. This is a sign of weakness. Clearly. So, yeah, interesting. CVNA was a nice one. CVNA was on. I missed that one. CVNA. Today I was thinking of shorting this thing. Yeah, CVNA was a nice one here. Oasis. I don't know whether you were watching this. 650. Under 650. Very nice. It's got room until 6. So 50 cents for a possible about 15 cents stop. Very nice. This has definitely room to go to 6 or even more. So yeah, a very nice trade. But I was watching that, but I missed it completely. Watching it completely, missed it. STBX is struggling at the highs. I'll keep an eye on it on the side. Oh, okay. CVNA, we've been seeing this for a while, isn't it? I mean, yeah. Let's watch SPY is more interesting. Yeah, SPY is definitely weak. Screaming weakness. 388. You mean 388? 388 could be a bit overextended at that point, but you'll have to wait for the pullback, yeah? I think. Just gonna have to wait for the pullback. That's the only thing I see. CVNA is the only thing I see Oasis for our what we're looking for. mRNA was a quick one, which probably would have been. In fact, SPY is actually kind of there for the setup. Just from this extension to this, I was expecting a pullback to the VWAP at least, but when SPY is very weak, it barely does a pullback when it moves. So that could be the start of the move. Yeah, I'm gonna be out on the STBX about 360s. 360s out on STBX. The problem with that is just it's gonna take a while. If it does start to move over 385, then I will, I will maybe rethink the re-entry. But at this point, it's just chopping around. Yeah, SPY, but then you can also look for others that with SPY. For example, what is affordable with SPY? Well, Shopify might be. Look at that. Shopify is even weaker, much weaker than SPY. So you want to actually short something like this, relative weakness. But the thing is, 39, massive move. This is why we need that big pullback, right? At least to this area here, 3870s, 3880s. If this pulls back there, that's a good one. So keep an eye on Shopify if you want. And yeah, I'm out on STBX 360, I mentioned, right? Yeah, just out. It's fine. And Amazon. UVXY, yeah, you can, but UVXY sometimes doesn't move really. It's just I've tried it quite a few times. Yeah, I mean, it's pulling back to that VWAP, and watch it with SPY. If it is in line with SPY's VWAP reversal, then yeah, definitely it's better than nothing, right? Better than nothing, but you know, someone, especially for yourself, UVXI might be better option. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree to that, definitely. Now SPY is bouncing towards that. Now this is what I wanted to see on SPY. All right, it's good to wait for things that you had planned for. So this is the bounce that I was expecting from SPY. From this kind of move, you definitely got to see a bounce, and also the bounce, how far does it go? That's the question, right? How far will you go? Or how low will you go? That's the question. Today. Yeah. You've got to wait it out. If you are a large cap trader related to SPY, you've got to wait it out. That first half an hour, just wait it out. Why? Look at this first half an hour, right? Look at this. Was there opportunity on first half an hour? No. After half an hour comes the opportunity. Okay, not just that day. Look at this opportunity. Was there? None. Look, after half an hour, there goes the move. All right, here's a trick for you. Look at this chop in that first 15 to half an hour, right? I can give you examples all day long. Almost every single time. Now it's coming, there you go. That's much better. And there's your UVXY long probably. There's your UVXY long. Oh, come on, load up, buddy. Yeah, Luvaxon hasn't moved at all at this point. Range is just dead. UVXY tends to be really good when SPY is like really crashing. Like SPY is, it will pick up. UVXY will pick up once SPY starts to really sort of go for it. To the downside, of course. Our Shopify should have provided something right about now. Yeah, I set the lows though. What about Amazon? Definitely, large caps right now looks like a good short entry, guys. Right now, it might be late when you receive my message, but yeah, it's probably late now. It's probably late now. This is what I was afraid of. It's just right there after 389. That's where the opportunity was with a stop over VWAP or even the recent swing high. You're tired of waiting? You're going long? You're joking, right? There it goes. SPY is trying to attempt to take the lows, and if it does, we might see a proper move coming down now on SPY. So the opportunity was on this pullback. I know you're joking, as that can't be right. Yeah, SPY isn't doing much, so might as well joke around, isn't it? Apple is flying, kinda. So is that gonna affect Apple? Let's have a look. Apple, very close to the highs of the day. So Apple is relatively strong, where SPY is way under the VWAP. So if this starts to reject or have a little bit of a retracement, SPY is gonna carry on to the downtrend. Carry on trending down. This is really nice, actually. This pullback, why does it do that, man? My charts. This push to the 389s and rejection is a good thing for anybody who's shorting. Oh, might not be. Here's the chop. Okay, so what I do with SPY always is I for the first like 15 to half an hour, 15 minutes to half an hour, I create these zones whereby yeah, these zones need to be taken out before I actually take a trade or reject off of it, right? So at this point, what we are seeing is these zones, right? That hasn't gotten taken out. So that's the first half an hour chop area, chop zones. It's still rejecting from the VWAP. Apple is also kind of having a hard time, but it's going. Apple is almost taking the high of day now. And also Tesla is staying strong. So this is a bit choppy now. I'm not too sure about the short at this point because no, this might be a bounce actually. Let's have a look at our Tesla and Apple. Look at Apple hitting that. Although on Apple, by the way, this level is quite strong. So yeah, this level is quite strong. It needs to break that. And since Apple is pulling the market with it, and SPY and others, Tesla, this is bouncing, as you can see. This is bouncing. So sitting on your hands might be a good idea today. For a while. Dude, something's off with my charts. It just... my chart. Hold on, let me change my charts, guys. Let me just reset this thing. Don't know why it's doing that. Support or resistance? By the way, can you guys hear the fan from the PC? Because I can hear it, and I've put some new fans on the PC, and it's quite loud. It's supposed to be a bloody upgrade, and it seems like a downgrade. But hey, okay. So there's the bounce came in on SPY, yeah. There's, and also Apple is coming back down. Yeah, choppy, guys. Just be careful. Choppy. We need that zones to get taken out. Yeah. I'm just gonna wait up. Literally sit on your hands. Don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. Dude, I might need some help from you, Snicker. Do you play on a PC or your COD? Do you play on PC? This is what I meant. Like, you can't really rely on these pushes. It's just chop, pure chop. I was kind of thinking short, possible. Now, the thing is that first half an hour, sometimes it can drag to 1 hour as well on SPY. But once it starts to take out key levels, in this case, these areas, then yeah, we might see some trending environment. But if not, then I just leave it. Okay, now this move might be the real one, because we have got our Apple and Tesla pulling down as well. Because yeah, you see that level, stop run, fake breakout, and then comes back very strongly down. So that is gonna that's not gonna help SPY. So SPY might stay low and weak. Oh, nice. So I haven't got a really good GPU, which for these programs I think you don't need huge GPUs, but my CPU is AMD 5950X. No, 5900X, I think. Yeah, it's 5900X. Might as well talk about it, because there's not much happening until we see SPY taking these levels. Then yeah, there's not much we can do. But yeah, let me show you. How can I show? Oh yeah. Let me show you. Let me show you something, bro. Hopefully, it's not gonna show you anything sensitive if I right click and show you the PC things. Hopefully, it won't, right? It might actually, no? I'm not thinking about playing. I'm thinking about this whole thing, whereby I mean, it's more than enough for sure. These are the details. I've got 80 gigabyte memory, 80 gig, which is okay. I've got Let's see. So right now, as you can see, my performance for the PC is not struggling. Like at the max is hitting that 15%, right? PC 15, 16%, right? Memory is barely hitting anything, 20%. And then, hard disk is not much. Ethernet, obviously, So yeah, GPU is not even struggling, I would say. Well, I can say that, but it's at 40% now. 18 gigabyte only. No. That's my RAM. My RAM is 80. I'm talking about this guy, memory. Right? I've got, where is it, the total? Yeah, it's 80 gig. You can see that, right? 80 gig here. And I've got a 1 terabyte, I think, hard disk. All that jazz, baby. An AMD Ryzen 9 5900X 12-core processor, which is kind of okay. I wanted to go with 5950. That would have been overkill for this, what I'm doing. I'm not playing games or anything. But yeah, 80 RAM. I like my RAM. It's just so good. I'm into RAM. It's one of those Corsair ones with the RGBs. So it's doing okay. Look, it's not struggling, right? I mean, CPU is not struggling. It's at max 15%, right? So average, we're getting about 12% more work on CPU. So CPU is doing just fine. Memory is doing just fine. It's not even like budging. Yeah, these things are not struggling. So hardware-wise, no, nothing is wrong, I think. It's working hard. Whereabouts? Like CPU here? No, the Ethernet will look like that anyways. Ethernet is just a thingy, upload and download activity, right? That's different. GPU is the one that is actually working harder. 30% for the 3D, right? Like we're talking half of the GPU is getting is working about 40% max, yeah. And yeah. If I start to open and close, maybe, let's see, if I open some tabs, just random things on the internet, maybe Chrome is gonna start to, yeah, I'm opening way more tabs, right, on my Chrome. It's gone up to 17% now. But I barely open this many tabs anyways. Like it's, yeah, like it's not doing much. I'm opening as many as I would ever open. I've got like 15 tabs open now almost, and it's gone up to 20%. And it briefly goes up to 20%, and it just comes back down under 13, 15. So which is good, right? Yeah, I think it's doing okay. It's doing okay. Let's just close these tabs. Dude, I've got so many open. Let's go. Yeah, GPU. My GPU is not good. I know that Radeon RX 580. The reason why I got this one was I was actually running multiple monitors, and this one was the one that was really helping me with this. Some of the GPUs that had only like 2, 3, 4 connections. This one I think has 5. Yeah, but you have to remember, I've got huge, like my TOS, my ThinkoSwim. Look at this, all right? My ThinkoSwim is going to take, look at the GPU, hungry it is, how hungry it is for GPU, right? 30%. 30%. Only one platform. like one software. The rest is basically small amount, but still, you know, CPU 6.3 on the CPU. So most of it is getting taken by this bad boy. Just remember, you're only seeing one part of the TOS. Like my whole 3-4 monitor setup is based off of multiple windows of TOS. So it's got to be like that. You know, I'm happy with the way it is. As long as it's less than 50%. Maybe I need to upgrade my GPU. That's the only thing I can think of. Like GPU needs to be, as you said, lower better, right? Lower the better. Yeah, I'm streaming. I'm really like there's a lot of things like OBS Studio. This one takes a lot of CPU power as well. This one. This one should take more of the GPU, but I allowed it to, yeah, that's fine. This is struggling here though. Yeah, I might need to update, as you said, 3060, right? 3060 GPUs. As you see, this is just chopping around between these zones. And who knows when it's gonna break, but when it does, we'll be there. Yeah, everything needs to be closed. I've closed pretty much everything that I don't need. Whatever I need, it has to be open. I've got 3 tabs open on the Chrome, my OBS, the streaming software, and I've got 1, 2, 3 windows of TOS. Did you used to start? Let me start. Actually, you know what? I might be able to stream on TikTok. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I agree with that. It's the stream. Let me show you something. It's kind of quiet, so I don't know why I'm getting these recommendations. Oh shit, my followers have gone down from 1,000 to 981, so I can't. I can stream on Discord as well? Really? Is Discord a good platform to stream on? Anybody streamed on Discord? How do you do that? I want to do it. Hold on, let's find out. Let's find out, baby. But with Discord, are you able to... Oh, you might have to use another software. Yeah, I'm using OBS Studios, not Streamlabs. I used to use Streamlabs before, but no, OBS now. Yeah. Really? On... if, let's say somebody wanted to search for a stream on Discord, right? How would they go on about it? Where would they search? Like, we're talking... Oh, okay. Let's concentrate on Spy, because Spy is doing something good move here. So now it's rejecting and with some decent force to the downside. It's about to hit the lows here. There's volume coming in, so this is interesting. This move here, kind of interesting. Oh yeah, I think so, yeah. There it goes. Spy breaks the low. Now, if it closes under this, guys, and it stays under it, I'm considering weakness in the market true, and we might see continuation coming down on it for the rest of the day. So looking for shorts only after it closes under this. Yeah. Looking for shorts only. Look at what Apple did. Okay, Apple is even. Look at this reversal pattern. Right, we've got about double top, or you can call it quadruple top. Very funny looking reversal pattern, but under the VWAP, yeah, interesting. Yeah, SPY hasn't closed yet, so it might take a while before it closes, but this is not such a bad thing because 389 got hit now, rejection coming in from there, so I might be looking into shorting this thing. So I'm only looking for shorts now on the big caps. Let's have a look at our other watch list. What else they've done? They've done nothing. Right now it's hitting that 389 and it's rejecting from it. So let's work through some shorts on this, guys. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's look around for possible opportunities on other names. Other names will include the large caps. Okay. The SPY itself looks good to me, to be honest, so I might actually take this. Alright, guys. Let's start looking into... How does AMD look? I don't want to miss the opportunity on this one as well while looking at others. Let's quickly look, actually. Let's quickly look at this. Okay, Amazon looks not too bad, but it's actually right on that 50 EMA. And Nvidia, I told myself I'm not going to short Nvidia, but AMD looks good as well for a possible short. It's just right at the lows, though. That's the issue with it. It's right at the lows. SPY is better. I'm gonna be taking SPY short, guys. 388.74, 388.74, 388.74s, 388.74s. I might be quick on it. 388.74s. So that's that's short on SPY. And just gonna make sure that it doesn't close over 389s. If it does close over 389s, then that is that's just a loser. Oh man, yeah. I mean, there will be. Go, man, go. So I wouldn't want this to be closing over 389s. That's where it's rejecting from. It breaks that level and then reattempts to take that out. It couldn't. So I'm expecting it to not take it out if it's weak. That's the thesis behind it. Obviously, there's more to it, but that's the general idea now. If it starts to continue down, it should take out the lows, at least close under these lows here quite soon. The sooner the better, basically. Okay, let's see. All right, so it's hitting that 389. Quite choppy. 389 over now. 389 over. Oh wow. Okay, what a bounce. Come on, SPY. Where are you going, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, that's big bounce. I don't want to exit on these kind of big bounces. Usually it's you exit right on the max. So yeah. Yeah, I'm out. This is gonna take it out, guys. Yeah, I gave a little bit more on this, unfortunately. Yeah, it's still in that chop. I should have waited for this to close. I was early on it, for sure. So yeah, I had to exit that, guys. That's a loser. That's more than 1 hour loser for sure. Quite close to maybe even 2 hour loser there. Yeah. Yeah, it's bounced off from there, from this support. Again, that support held, man. Just better to wait for that extremes to get taken out now. Yeah, I was a bit early. I could have put my hard stop here, but I don't do hard stop. Sometimes I could actually get this. Once in a while, I'll get this bigger loser than usual because of mental stop. But it helps me in the long run anyways. Very choppy. So we are way past that 1 hour, half an hour. And I thought this is our half an hour zone here. And then this move was very tricky. It just looked like this was the main move. Volume picked up and all of a sudden it reverses. SPY does that, you know. SPY really does that. Big, large caps will also do that. Look at Apple, for example. Apple just looked like a really weak and then all of a sudden reclaims. 2020 sales goals. Apple investors have reason to cheer as iPhone's share of global smartphone market climbs to record in Q4. Okay. So there's some positive news on Apple's side. So that might drag the market to the upside. If it's going to go up. We'll see. Whew. Getting hot in here. I've only got one more try at one more ticker, guys. I've already hit my 2R on it. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time since I hit more than 1 hour loser. Yeah, I know. I had to exit here, and it's just chopping around, man. It's really, it just doesn't make sense, the price action sometimes. That's why it's kind of very hard to trade the market or the large caps, because certain moves you just cannot. It doesn't really respect technicals at all. At all, it doesn't respect it. But when it's trending, then you can benefit from it, right? For example, when it's trending, there's a lot of opportunities on it, right? When it starts to take out that range, huge, like EMAs and all that. Yeah, it's just consolidating. Like, I was here a bit early because I wanted to catch that early move, because this whole move was actually primary move. It looked like one anyways, with rising volume. Now, if you look at it this way, right? Look at this. How nice is that, right? Nice rising volume on the red candles, and then smaller volume on the pullback candles. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You might have to wait for that. For me to take that, I will have to stay here for maybe 4 hours, which I'm not gonna do. This week has been funny, man. This week has been funny. It is what it is. Let's have a look at. APGN, CNCE, Ooh, GNS. Is somebody's pumping this thing, or what's happening? Head task force to investigate illegal trading of stocks to pay special dividend. Strange. Also, NRSN has still survived. This thing has still survived. Dude. Yeah, but this is Drifter, all day Drifter XR. Yeah. So, Intramomo, there's nothing. Let's have a look at Hayaftomo. Huya. Huya is already too late on that. TAC already too late. Yeah. And I don't think Oasis has taken anything. Have you? Oh, you took Tesla. Tesla. Was Tesla better? Let's have a look at Tesla. So Tesla. Oh. Well, how you still in it, or you managed to stay in it, or you got shanked out here? Tesla at this point is looking very weak compared to SPY or other large caps. Relatively weak. 127.50 is somewhere that it can stall. So one, yeah, it's kind of, there is a reversal pattern there for sure. $129.26. Yeah, it's nice actually. It is kind of there, that the whole thing, the setup is there, but it's just at the high of day rejection setup. Yeah, which seems to work better these days. Really, it seems to work better because we've seen this happen on the larger caps usually. High of day rejection was here. Remember this? So high of day rejection, after that came the main move. You see this? High of day rejection comes the main move, right? So that is actually part of the setup. We could actually even add that as a variations, because that's when it starts to really work. There it goes, touches to the 127.50, right to the tick, and look at the bounce. Right, because of these bounces. Look at this bounce that came in from that level, right? Big bounce came in. 127.50, 127. So, but I think it still has follow through to go. You still in it? It's quite weak, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's looking really good. If I was in it, I'll leave some room on it after taking my one partial. Although 127.50, we've got 127s, 127.50s. Those two needs to get taken out though. So yeah. And after that, 127.68. Beautiful. Beautiful place. Partial, beautiful. Absolutely agree with that. That partial. But staying in it would be really ideal as well now for the rest of it, because What we are seeing now is the main move in the SPY. SPY really played with us earlier, or at least with my trade, but it's looking like it wants to do something. So it definitely might be worth it to see if SPY actually starts to take out the low. Yeah, 200 EMA was definitely respected, I think, on... oh, we haven't seen that. We actually, this is the first time it's hitting that. So, but it's looking weak, though. It's looking weak. It's looking weak. Just hold on to it, I would say. Let's see what it happens. Anyways, your stop, if it does close above, let's say 128.20s or 128.50s, that's when you start taking it off, still with a good profit. But this looks weak. Let's see, SPY needs to help with that. SPY needs to help it. Let's put this as a SPY. Let's unlink this and this one, put it as SPY. And we are gonna do this as 1 minute. SPY is bouncing, so we want SPY to be rejecting from that. We don't have a VWAP here, by the way. VWAP is around 389.30s. So as you can see now, there's your respect on the 200 EMA, but has it gone far from the 200 EMA? No, it's still staying around near 200 EMA. The bounce did come in, yes. That's why you actually took the partial just before the 200 EMA, right? Plus there were more levels there. Excellent. We just need that SPY to be taking this low, and then your Tesla is going to look really good. Like, even there was actually a setup here around 128 and lower, so it's looking really good. BBBY is just taking the lows out, so there we go. BBBY, there it goes, there it goes. There it goes, takes out that 200 EMA. As I said, it's respected the 200 EMA, but the overall feel of it looks weaker, and it's definitely relatively weak to the market. Again, don't forget that we also have the 127. So you've got to be quite patient with it. But just watching SPY here, SPY needs to be taking this still, and that chop zone though. I would really like Tesla to be closing under 127, then comes the real move down. Under 127 would look really good on Tesla. There it goes. The push to the downside is stronger, as you can see. Okay, SPY needs to take the lows out. Come on, SPY. In return, Tesla needs to take the 127 out. It's perfect. Just Tesla doesn't, SPY should not be bouncing here. Come on, SPY, take out the low. It's bouncing here, right? But hopefully it's not going to be as big of a bounce that we got caught on. Bloody bounce. Yeah, I just got, yeah, that's really bad management. Oh, it's not actually. Sometimes it happens. But there it goes. There goes Tesla. 127 is getting hit. Look at the numbers. 127.02, 02's quite a bit of volume coming in. The more volume comes in, the more it's gonna have a chance to take that out. Obviously, there's a lot of orders there. Tesla is looking really, really decent, guys. Look at that. takes out that, and then we want that to leave it behind. We want Tesla to leave this thing behind. So now 126.97s. Look at SPY. SPY is trying to. I'm worried about this volume though. It actually tried to take that out with a big volume, but it didn't. So I'm a bit worried about that. That's a big move still from these areas all the way to 127 is a big move, but your partial here, really nice trade still. I mean, even if you exit, let's say on the trailing stop or even now, that would still yield you quite a bit of decent R on it. But yeah, looks good. Just that SPY needs to be taking. Just go SPY, man. Stay under this zone here. Stay under it. Right. Stay under that. It's almost looking like it wants to do that. There it goes. Come on, SPY. Take the lows out. 388.50. Beautiful, beautiful. I agree with your second partial as well, because one partial was here, one part. Yeah, that partial definitely is, because it is a strong level. You can't deny that. It's definitely a strong level. That's the whole point of taking partials. You need to take them at a wash to a level. Yeah, to the tick. Now the runner you can be really flexible with, which means don't be too tight on it. Like the runner should be only like 15%, right? 20%, max 25%. Just be flexible with it, you know, like just trying to be like over the VWAP, worst case scenario over big levels like 128, 128 breaks, things like that. Very good, man. I like that. So here's how Oasis thingy looks like in a short. I believe he shorted it somewhere there. I don't know, somewhere here, somewhere there. So anyways, 129.26, right? Right, so he shorted Tesla here, and he takes partial right about here. Somewhere there. Very good. Very well disciplined. And then another partial comes in just under 127s. Beautiful. Somewhere there. And now what he's doing is he's actually trailing the stop, maybe around over the VWAP, or at least over that 128 zone, this little swing high here. That swing high isn't big enough for me to keep my stop if I was in it. There it goes. There goes SPY, and there comes a Tesla as well. Boom, baby. Let's go SPY, close under that, and then we should be seeing some decent follow through. Now, here's the thing. If this takes this low out, there's your trailing stop right over 127.50, which means even for the last partial, you will be out with some decent exit on it. Just back at it. This is 1M200 at its is it working out? Yeah, it's kind of working out. So where's your trailing stop right now? If you're gonna trail stop it for a runner. Choppy choppy. Entry. Trail stop entry here. Yeah, it's kind of good, right? Might as well, you know, leave it at the entry, break even. Worst case scenario, last 15% is gonna get taken out on the entry. Yeah, makes sense. But if it closes, I would say keep it on the hard stop at the entry somewhere. But if it closes above VWAP and trades few bars over it, then maybe consider taking the whole thing out. Maybe that's what I would do anyways. Right now for a runner, you can just relax on it. Just take, maybe even come back after half an hour or so. You might be surprised. Anyways, what a trade. Oasis, finally you caught something at least, right? It's been tough, man. It's been tough for even for me. Like this week has been. I don't remember when was the last time I had every single day red for a week. I don't remember. This was the day, this was the week that I had that. So it's not big reds. I mean, none of them are more than 3R. On average, I would say 1.5R. So for the whole week, I think it might be about over 7R. Even less than that. I think it's less than that because, yeah, maybe about 6R, over 6R with today. So, to be honest, one of my trades can get me 6R, so I'm perfectly fine with that. No problem whatsoever. Anywho, you've been red for 2 months, man. It's time you change that. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I do get the trades. The other ones are on Trade Zeros or other platforms. Yeah, but mostly, you know, mostly you can trade the Colmex as well. But I gotta go early, guys. So unfortunately, I have to leave, and I'll leave you with a choppy SPY today. This is our SPY, and it's still coming back under. There's no trend at all. If it starts to really sort of trend down, then that's a different story. At this point, the only thing I would say is it is heavy. You cannot deny that. Look at this. Look at the difference between price action. It's just trending lower, but in a major choppy way, right? Major choppy way. So that's a good sign. If anybody is thinking of shorting or they are shorting, that's a sign. Yeah, always we gotta have those positive vibes, man. Even if vibes. Did I say something else? I think I said something. But anyways, just completely ignore what I said. Positive vibes, okay? Vibes. My pronunciation can get me in trouble sometimes. I didn't mean what you think I meant. My wife is gonna kill me if I do. Anyways, so yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday, right? And Monday, market should be open. Yes, 8 a.m. EST. I wish you the best of luck. Until then, take it easy. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Tomorrow I won't be streaming, unfortunately. Friday. but I'll be active on Discord if you want. All right, guys. See ya, Oasis. See ya, Snicker. Thanks for being here. And take it easy, guys. Cheers.